Well, the Daytona 500 ended, I'd say about 30 or so. Maybe it's been, I don't know, I've lost track of time. What? Daytona 500 ended sometime in the last hour.
About 30.
I've had time to sit here and process what I just saw. I've got a lot to say, so much to say, I don't even know if I'm going to be able to, like, comprehend it all. Maybe it'll all come to me as we race here, because, honestly, we're racing at Atlanta. It's one of my best racetracks. This race isn't going to be as challenging as yesterday. Probably going to breeze through it, and it'll be boring, but just hang with me. We're going to have a little chat about the Daytona 500. And I say this not genuinely. This is sarcastic, what I'm about to say. Congratulations to Austin Dillon and Richard Childress Racing, blah, 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 for winning the Daytona 500. You know, I wish so badly that I could be happy for Richard Childress. But I hate Austin Dillon. And the end of that race just did not sit right with me. Let's just go ahead and jump into this. Let's get to racing ourselves. We are doing a 25% race at Atlanta. It's about 81 laps. 3 stages. I can't remember how long the stages will be. I just know the last one's kind of long. But 25% race at Atlanta's a pretty good race. Holy shit. Like, I get that guys were blocking all day long and it was causing wrecks. And yes, Almirola blocked. But man, Austin Dillon made sure to just do all he could to wipe him out and kill him, essentially. I don't know. A lot of stuff happened in that race. Overall, great race. I was thoroughly entertained throughout the entirety of the race. That was fun. Let me breathe here. My throat's sore. We were in here yelling at the TV. We weren't like screaming in anger, but we would like raise our voices and yell at the TV. We were hanging out, watching the 500.
Ready.
Let's just jump into this.
Race is going green.
Do a race of our own. This is race number 2. I wanted Erica. I had so many favorites in the race today. I loved so many good stories today in the 500. Like Bubba Wallace, Ryan Blaney, Eric Almirola, Matt DiBenedetto was in the top 5.
Inside still
He got wrecked. I mean, it was just, honestly, it was a great race, and there were so many guys I wanted to see do well. And in the end, when it came down to it, I was like, I'm gonna have to cheer for Almirola because he's in the best position to win. I'm a big Almirola fan.
Inside,
I'm gonna cheer for Almirola.
Clear up top.
Because I didn't think Bubba Wallace had a chance, but Bubba finished second. Bubba got back up there and finished second. Luckily for Bubba, he got shuffled to the back at the perfect time and missed a huge crash. Bubba drove such a good race. What's up, Guitar?
Outside, still there.
Bubba Wallace drove a great race today. I'm so happy for him. But yeah, screw Austin Dillon. I've never liked Austin Dillon. And he gave me another reason today.
Easy.
The award for like worst day. His Daytona 500 win is like on par with Michael Waltrip's 2003 Daytona 500 win.
Clear up top.
That's about what I think of Austin Dillon's win today. It's about as weak as when Michael Waltrip won at 02. It really is. My Facebook is really blown up. I'm just going to ignore it until we get through this race. Then I can go look. I watched some reaction. Shout out to Kamikaze Games. I watched his reaction to the 500. It's hysterical. Janet, I might have to send it to you. His videos are so funny. And he posted a video reacting to the end of the Daytona 500 that was just beyond hysterical. And I pretty much agree with all of it, which is rare. I usually don't agree with him on everything. But boy, he nailed it today. Let me go ahead and... Yeah, I know. I should have went in and adjusted the fucking sound, but I didn't. We're just going to have to deal with it. I can't fix it now, because I can't adjust audio during the race. Which is stupid, but I'm going to turn it down for next time. I will need to do that. I think you should be able to hear me enough. I'm kind of shouting now. I'm going to lose my fucking voice by the end of this. I don't know why I can't adjust audio during the race, but whatever. We're stuck with it. I can't really do anything about it. Yes, you are well within your right to be pissed about how Austin Dillon won, because I am. And can I just point out how ironic it is that there are people defending it? Those same people cheered for the last guy who drove that car, and guess how that last guy who drove that car ended up? Oh yeah, he got killed at the same track because of similar bullshit. So I find it very ironic that Earnhardt fans are defending Austin Dillon. I'm in shock. What can I say? I'm in shock at the stupidity. Also, what the fuck was Denny Hamlin's problem at the end of that race? Why did Denny Hamlin do what he did to Bubba as they crossed the finish line? I don't understand. What was that for? And then Bubba said that Hamlin told him that his tire went down. I doubt that. Looked pretty fucking intentional to me. Oh, I made a post on Facebook earlier where I said, I'll read you the post. At the end of this stage, I will read you the post that I made on Facebook.
That was a really good lap.
I'm trying to concentrate here and shout over the sound of the cars, even though I turned the sound down on the engines. But I guess it really hasn't helped much. Oh my God, Hamlin is just the worst. Like, I used to like Denny Hamlin. It's not an anti-Toyota thing because I like Eric Jones, Daniel Suarez, and Martin Truex. It's just that Denny Hamlin's a jackass. Like, that, you know what makes, I will accept that Austin Dillon won, even though I don't like him, and I think the way he won was shitty. But let's celebrate that Joey Logano and Denny Hamlin didn't win the Daytona 500. I don't know. It's hard to blame Hamlin. Hamlin threw a block. But to Hamlin's credit, when he blocked Kurt Busch, he was clear of Kurt Busch. Kurt Busch backed off, gave him a break, and then Ryan Blaney just ran him over. That was a racing accident. And it's a world of difference between hitting somebody in their left rear as opposed to hooking them in their right rear quarter panel. What Austin Dillon did to Eric Almirola. And then I got to hear this shit after the race. Oh, Dale would have done the same thing. Dale would have done the same thing. Earnhardt did that for years. Yeah, and he's dead. He's dead because of the same kind of shit. But at least what happened to him that killed him was kind of his fault in just a racing accident. I'm a big Dale Earnhardt fan. I don't want to get anybody confused. I'm a big Dale Earnhardt fan, but I'm telling you how it is. I like Eric Almirola. I'm just telling you how it is from my point of view. That same kind of shit is why the guy who used to drive that 3-car ain't with us anymore. And don't kid yourself. It could happen again. Nobody's died in a Cup car since, but we've had back injuries and all kinds of stuff. It can happen again. It will happen again. Sometime in our life. Some shit like that is going to happen again. And maybe next time, whoever it happens to won't walk away from it. Then what are we going to say? Racing is racing. Accidents happen. These things are going to happen. It's not preventable. I just felt like the manner in which that played out was just wrong. Like, hooking somebody in their right rear is wrong, period. I don't care what the situation is. And Almirola blocked, but it wasn't like he just totally killed Austin Dillon. He didn't run Dillon up to the wall. I'd also like to point out that Austin Dillon just did not seem to give a shit about whether or not Eric Almirola was okay. He just seemed to not care. Flashback to Talladega, I think in '93, Rusty Wallace got flipped off the nose of Dale Earnhardt, and Dale Earnhardt really had a nervous breakdown. He was really worried and freaking out about Rusty. Now, granted, Austin Dillon had just won the Daytona 500, but he just didn't even seem to give a shit. Almirola handled it well, though. Almirola took it in stride. He said, look, it's the Daytona 500. We're racing hard, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, you're right, but still, it wasn't cool. I'm a little touchy about people getting turned head-on into the wall at Daytona. I'm a bit touchy about that. Hold on, I'm trying to look at the comment. Oh, yeah, like, Almirola didn't just... You guys remember what Kyle Busch did? 2009 Coke Zero 400 at Daytona. What Kyle Busch did with Tony Stewart, where Kyle just totally obliterated himself across Tony's car. Like he just turned up and... Remember, here he comes, there he goes, that finish? That was different. What Almirola did wasn't that bad. I mean, it was, like I said, it wasn't like what Kyle Busch did in 09 to Tony Stewart when Kyle wrecked himself. For my YouTube people, I'm reading comments on my Twitch stream, because this will be uploaded to YouTube later. I'm just reading shit from my stream.
Stay high, stay high. Hold your line.
Oh my God, yeah, Chase Elliott hit hard. Who got the harder hit today, Chase Elliott or Daniel Suarez? Because Daniel Suarez ate it pretty hard today, too. Man, I want to get up here and win this fucking stage, and I'm not getting anywhere on the high side. These fuckers are just all up in my shit. And now I got a fucking lap car down here that made me move up. Trying to win this stage, damn it.
Clear high, get up there. Clear low. Clear quick.
It was a big clusterfuck of a race. Still, I don't think it was the clusterfuck that the Xfinity race was, but it was pretty bad. Pretty goofy. I have no idea why NASCAR Heat 2's audio is so goddamn loud when I turned it down to begin with, but I do apologize for the audio. It will be fixed next time. So for now, I'm just going to have to shout over the sound of the engines. So enjoy. As I try to get up here and steal stage points with a really tight race car. Holy shit. You see how tight I was there? All right, who is this up here? This Larson? Yeah, he's getting held up by lap cars. I got a chance now. You can count on one thing, the AI can't race with lap traffic.
Hold your line.
Neither can I, apparently.
Clear all around.
Oh yeah, the nose of the Camaro is a bit of a problem. Honestly, the nose of the Camaro might have had a little bit to do with how Almirola got dumped that way. But then again, I'm going to attribute it to Austin Dillon being a fucking idiot. On to go in stage number 1.
Steady. Clear.
I've managed to keep the car in good shape. Look, I've barely been paying attention and we drove straight to the front. We're doing pretty good. Of course, we did it with the aid of lap traffic. I don't think we would have won that stage without lap traffic giving us a hand, but, you know. Of course, then again, we wouldn't have won the race at Daytona if the AI just had no idea how to do pit strategy. We're pitting, by the way. And I'm going to take all the wedge out. Take all that shit out. Take all the wedge out, it'll drive better. Now we'll be really hauling ass, and I'm going to keep tires on it, because if my tires start to wear, I cannot drive, and I'll get my ass kicked. So I'm pitting after this stage, and I'm pitting at the end of this stage. So enjoy the next few seconds while you can hear me before I have to start shouting again. Next race we do will not be like that, I promise.
Race is going green.
Now we got to go back to the front all over again as I get run into. fake 4 car. Or he's not fake, but...
Inside still there. Clear low. Clear.
This car turns so much better now. Not as
Hold your line.
good as when somebody's trying to run it. Look at that. He's just trying to run it into the fucking wall. By the way, every race I do in this game, that 60 car, Majeski, always does that. He always gets in the way worse than any other. I don't know why. I don't know if it's coincidence or just how the AI is, but the 60 car is constantly fucking with me.
Hold your line. Clear low, get down there. Clear down low. Inside, good drive off here.
Yeah, move, Denny. I don't want you to run me in the wall like you did Bubba, or like you did Blaney at the end of Martinsville, or like you did Chase Elliott at Martinsville. Yeah, they seem to have their own personality, and whoever drives that 60 car in this game is a dick.
Stay on the bottom. Hold it steady.
iRacing dude, the jet ski or whatever.
Clear up top.
By the way, thanks everybody for hanging out, if you can hear me well enough. There's that dickhead right now, Austin
Clear all
Dillon.
around.
You're a Jimmie Johnson fan? Boy, have you had a shitty week, man. I like Jimmie Johnson, but then again, it's kind of like when the Patriots struggle. It's like, well, it's hard to feel bad for you because you've won so much.
Hold your line. The bottom's clear.
Johnson doesn't even have the sympathy that Tony Stewart had, because, you know, everybody sympathized with Tony over not winning the Daytona 500. Johnson's won the 500 twice, and he's got 7 championships, so not many people feel bad for him.
Low, low. All clear, all clear.
I don't celebrate Johnson struggling, but, you know, I'm just kind of like, wow, he's had a shitty day. It was a shitty day because those so rarely happen for a guy like Jimmie Johnson.
Outside. Clear up top.
Well, now we're going to open it up here and really get somewhere. God, I've had heartburn or something all fucking day. Then again, Austin Dillon kind of made me sick to my stomach there. Bad enough I didn't like Austin Dillon anyway, but it's a whole new level of like, I really don't like it now. And Denny Hamlin seems obsessed with pissing off fan favorites.
Clear, clear.
You know what Chad's problem is? Chad's only problem is how stubborn he is. Jimmie Johnson, Jimmie is so passive, and Chad is just an abrasive dick. And I say that with love, because I like Chad. Because Chad's obviously good at what he does. Maybe it's getting to the point where Jimmie and Chad have kind of run their course. I'm not saying, you know, switch crew chiefs now, but I mean, what else is there to do with Chad and Jimmie? And they don't always get along, but, you know,
Get to the bottom, get to the
Tom
bottom.
Brady and Bill Belichick don't get along, obviously.
Clear quick.
Yeah, Chad, a lot of that, though, in the heat of the battle, like, Dale Jr. would get pissy with his spotter. Like, TJ Major is one of Dale Jr.'s best friends. And last season, I couldn't believe how Jr. was talking to TJ. I was like, wow, Jr.'s being a bit of a dick. But, you know, it's just like, heat of the moment. He is driving a car really fast. Hey, why don't we give Jimmie Greg Oz? If Jimmie could win races with Greg Oz, then he really is the greatest of all time. Because Greg Oz is the shits. Greg Oz sucks so bad. If Jimmie can win with him,
Hold the bottom.
he really is the greatest
Still
of
a
all
car
time.
out there. Hold
Greg
it, if you will.
Ives is the Steve Sarkisian of NASCAR. My fellow Atlanta Falcons fans know what I mean.
Outside clear.
It's a good thing I didn't stream immediately after the 500. I would have just been raging. Maybe not raging, but I might have been a little more fired up. I told Janet, I said, I need to simmer down before I start playing this. But I told you guys I'd probably do a race today. I said, depending on how the 500 goes, I may race again today. Well, here we are, because we got plenty to talk about. What will nobody believe? Enlighten me. All viewers want to know. I apologize for pausing so much, but I don't feel like yelling. And I want to look at your comment too. I have to pause when I look at the comments. Jeffrey Earnhardt at a top 50. Props to him, and he didn't just get there by chance. He had to dodge a couple of those wrecks. I saw him sliding through that last big one with Kurt Busch and Ryan Blaney and all those other guys. He got through that one pretty good. Let me see if I can get this mic closer to my face. Hold on. Get this mic. I'm turning my audio on just to listen to see how I sound. So you might be able to hear an echo of me in the background, but I really don't care. Because I'm just trying to see how this sounds and see how bad it sounds. Okay, it's actually better. Hold on, I gotta message my buddy Cameron. Yeah, my friend Cameron messaged me and he was like, people are telling me that Earnhardt would have done the same thing as Austin Dillon, and I said, yeah, Earnhardt also died. What about the save that Ricky Stenhouse had today on the backstretch? When he moved to Ryan Blaney, Blaney made the block or whatever happened, and Stenhouse was headed straight head-on for the wall, Almirola style, saved it, and then they wrecked behind him. I felt like Stenhouse was on a mission today to just wreck everybody. Once again, just checking audio. I should have done this before I started streaming, but no more pausing until the end of this stage. I'll look at your comments at the end of the stage. We'll get like 6 good laps of not pausing. Plus, I got to concentrate to try to get up here and pull this off. I'm gaining on them just slowly. Of course, we're never fast enough, are we? And they're on older tires. Honestly, I should be hawking these guys down faster than this. They're on like 34 lap old tires. I'm on like 14 lap old tires. And I'll loosen this car up. I got a feeling that last segment we were just going to take off. I can't really go high and go. I just got to get under them. Get them loose, get under them, and get by them. Of course, I would never hook them in the right rear, Austin Dillon style. Or like Kyle Busch did to Kevin Harvick at Darlington a few years ago. Remember that? Oh my God. Iowa in this game is unplayable.
Still a car out there.
I fucking hate Iowa in this game. I hate 2 tracks, Iowa and Homestead. Homestead's brutal. Iowa's the worst. gotta like turn the AI down to baby difficulty to like even have a
Stay on the bottom.
chance.
Steady.
To me, it just doesn't feel like it drives like real Iowa. Wow, Kurt Busch is totally trying to chop me off there. To me, Iowa just doesn't feel right in this game.
Still a car out there.
I don't like it.
Clear up top.
You know, I was doing a career mode in this game, but I stopped because I didn't feel like racing at Iowa. It's that simple. Like, it's not even that big of a task. It's doing like one truck race. One Xfinity race, I mean, and I just didn't want to drive Iowa, so I never got back to playing career mode. You know what I've noticed about this game? The spread between the field is really good. Like this feels like I'm racing at Atlanta. Like the field is spread out like they probably will be next week. Or like they have been in past Atlanta races. Every time I see Gilliland, I think it's Kyle Busch. Because, you know, Kyle Busch drives a pedigree car sometimes as well. And whenever I see Todd Gilliland, I'm like, oh.
Hold steady wheel. Clear high.
Stage 2 winner. Boy, we are racking up the stage points Truex style.
We're halfway home.
Truex style, baby. We're going to pit again because everybody else is pitting and we're going to come out dead fucking last. No, we only came out 19th. That's not bad. I don't know why this game will never let you keep your spot or gain spots on pit road. Have you noticed that?
Here, we're going green.
I feel like pushing Bubba, I'm actually okay with. Number one, I think he's talented. Number two, we cannot ignore the fact that, and this is not a bad thing, and this is not by design, it's just the way things have been. NASCAR has been a predominantly white sport. You know, like golf. Golf was mostly a predominantly white sport. Maybe Bubba can be our Tiger Woods. I think it's great. I hope I pull for Bubba because I think he's a genuinely nice guy. And like I said, I think he's talented. He proved that in the Truck Series, in my opinion. I won't judge him for some of the struggles he had with Roush and Xfinity because that's Roush, you know. I think Bubba's great for the sport. He is literally the opposite of Danica, because, you know, they shoved Danica down our throats for years. By the way, I wanted Almirola to win so bad to laugh at everybody who ever defended Danica for being in that 10 car. They don't give her what she needs to win. And then if Almirola goes out and wins his first race in it, wouldn't that have been amazing? Just so you could laugh at, wow, Almirola's driven this car for a week and he's already won. Danica couldn't do it in 5 fucking years.
Clear high, quick.
It would have been glorious.
Still there, he's outside.
I think that's another reason why I was so disappointed and frustrated. Because, yeah, what Austin Dillon did was shitty, but still, I just wanted Almirola to win.
Outside.
Because it would have been great to laugh at all the Danica fans.
Outside, real tight.
Because I kept hearing about how good she was at Daytona and Talladega, and she never did shit. She had like one top 10. She had 2 top 10s at Daytona. One of them was in a rain-shortened race, and only because 30 fucking cars wrecked. That was 2015 July. That race was a clusterfuck. I kept hearing how great she was at the plate tracks, and she never really did anything. And then Almirola goes out and damn near wins the Daytona 500 his first time in the car. I would have loved that so much. By the way, this race is going to be boring from here on out. Because once we get this lead here, unless there's a caution, we're setting sail. If there's a caution before 20 laps to go, I'm going to pit again to keep tires on this thing. But only if the caution comes out before then. Danica's not bad in open wheel. You know, she was routinely top 10, top 12 in IndyCar. She wasn't nothing special, but she was a solid driver. Danica in IndyCar is kind of like Paul Menard. Because I think Paul Menard's a very solid NASCAR driver. Nothing special.
Stay low,
but he'll bring the car home in one piece.
All clear, all clear.
So, you know. But as far as NASCAR goes, I have nothing good to say about Danica. I'm so glad she's done after today. I'm so fed up with hearing about it. Had to hear all week about what a legend she is and how she's the most successful female driver ever. And it's like, yeah, because she's the only female driver that's ever been given the equipment she's given, and she still only managed 7 top 10s. She couldn't get a single top 5. She's supposedly a master of plate tracks in Martinsville. Because they love to bring up how good she is at Martinsville. And I got to give her credit. She was hell at Martinsville. She could actually run in the top 10 at Martinsville. Never even mustered the top 5 anywhere.
All clear, all clear.
Ooh, the caution's out. Go ahead and stay out. I could have pitted again and made this interesting, but I'm just going to go ahead and stay out. If another caution comes out, though, before 20 to go, I'm pitting. Tires will kill you.
Ready. Steady.
Tires will fucking kill you in this game if you're not careful. Because it just, to me, it feels like the AI's tires never wear out. Like, they're just gold from beginning to end. Their cars turn well, they never get tight. Right now I'm fucked because I'm outside my car and work the shit up here.
Inside.
Trying to force my way to the inside. Thank you, Tim Harvick.
Inside still there.
Piece of shit. I don't like you in real life. He's not a piece of shit, but Harvick has done and said some things that I'm not totally fond of. But I still have a hearty respect for the man because Harvick, when I was younger, was one of my favorite drivers. I always really liked him. Right now he's pissing me off though. I can't fucking get to the goddamn bottom and try to make some moves. Oh yeah, you just reminded me of like NASCAR 06
Stay low.
and NASCAR 07, where if you had the little headset thing, you could like make commands with your teammates to get them to work with you. By the way, this is a green-white checkered. I'd have been fucked there because they just pinned me on the outside and wouldn't let me down. And now Larson suddenly is Superman again. Oh, I got you now, you motherfucker. Easy. Fuck that. I'm going. Ain't no fucking easy. Seriously, if another caution comes out, I'm pitting. I already didn't like how my car felt early on that run. And if they get me on a green-white checkered on old tires, I'm going to be... I don't even know what to say. I will just be like out of my mind at the end of this race if they catch me. Miss better physics and better... Yeah. At least the physics in this are slightly better than NASCAR Heat Evolution. This game is honestly not terrible. That's like the best backhanded compliment ever. I'll say it's a good NASCAR game. G-O-O-D. Good. Not great. Good. I enjoy this game, actually. NASCAR Heat Evolution was a fucking nightmare, but this is actually fun. Fun can be had with this one. I'll give you guys the leaderboard up there so you can see what's going on. Seriously, if the caution comes out now, I'm pitting. I ain't fucking around. I'll read your comments when I go on the backstretch here. It's so hard to stream this game because I keep having to pause and look at the comments. You know what? After the U-Technics NASCAR games, I'll take this every year. If they make this game over and over every year, I'll take this. Because NASCAR 2011, 2012 Inside Line, 2013, 14, 15, those games were so garbage. I'll take this over those any day. Oh yeah, this is a big step up. I'm looking forward to see what they do next to build on the promise of this game. NASCAR Heat Evolution was just so fucking bare bones and they never added anything worthwhile. Oh yeah, my NASCAR race ticket's saving my ass because I'm going to the 600 in May for like $15 because of that coupon. So thank you, 704 Games. Me and my 3 buddies are paying a grand total of $45 to get good seats at Charlotte in May. So here's to you. I'm going to go ahead and buy them tickets this week. I'll get paid again this week, and my friends are going to give me their money. And And I'll use our little coupons and get our tickets. Yeah, I was there in May last year when Austin Dillon won. Like, that race was funny. Like, I don't like Austin Dillon, but I gotta admit, I laughed when he won the 600 last year. I laughed. I thought it was great. Mainly because Kyle Busch was pissed. Kyle Busch was gonna win, but then Austin Dillon didn't run out of gas, so I was laughing hysterically. Even though I do not like Austin Dillon and never have. We are really starting to drive away now. If a caution comes out now, I'd still pit. But we're getting to the point of no return. Tires are holding up relatively well. That caution that happened a minute ago helped us. You want to know why you can piss them off, but you can't make them like? Well, that's because, you know, everybody's so negative. Even in this game. In career mode, everybody has such a negative perspective. I went to both Charlotte races last year. That's all I made it to. I'm not the richest man in the world, and I just booked a really expensive cruise. But I still plan on going to both Charlotte races this year. I wish I could go to Darlington and Bristol and Martinsville, but you know, I'm going to Charlotte. Charlotte's about an hour and 20 minutes from my house. It's an easy drive. Hour and 20 minutes. I get good seats and they're like $60. But like I said, they'll be about 15 this year for me because of that coupon. If I wanted to, I could go to Bristol or Darlington, but Charlotte's better off, closer. Plus, I got a road trip to Miami I'm planning to go to my cruise that I'm going on. The Kiss Cruise with my favorite band. Costing me an arm and a leg, but it makes me happy, so I'm going. God almighty, look at the lead we got now. This is honestly realistic Atlanta, though. There's always one car that just jumps out there. Clean air is king. Because you saw when we were behind those guys, it was tough staying with them. And when they were side by side with me, they could kick my ass in the center of the corner. Oh yeah, I'd love to go to Bristol. It's not that far. Bristol's a few hours away from me. I could pull it off. But not this year. Spending too much money on other stuff. Working hard, though, to make it all happen. I'm proud of myself. For the first time in my life, I'm proud of myself. My YouTube shit's starting to take off. I'm working a job that I like. And I'm paying for everything I'm doing. All on my own. I'm making shit happen. That makes me happy. NASCAR is a small part of it. Like I said, I'm going to 2 races, like always. Going to the road course in September. September 30th, when they run the road course at Charlotte for the first time, I'll be there. What a clusterfuck that's going to be. It's fun to have shit to look forward to like that. It really is. I got a lot to look forward to this year. And things are going well. I'm quite pleased. Michigan. Yeah, Kyle Larson won both of those races, so of course I was happy. Dude, that restart last year when he passed Truex in the second, wasn't that the second Michigan race when he did that? I get them mixed up, but I remember that restart with like a few laps to go at Michigan last year, and he just, I didn't think he had it in him because I was like, man, Truex is just gonna fucking run away with this like he's doing every other damn race, but then Kyle Larson came from nowhere and just got around him. Yeah, Michigan is one of those tracks that's hit and miss, though. Michigan really depends on the cars and the aero packages they run. And I gotta be honest, they've had some shitty aero packages for Cup cars at Michigan. But the Xfinity Series and Truck Series tend to have better races there. Especially the trucks. The truck races are basically like Daytona and Talladega at Michigan. The Cup cars, I don't know, they haven't quite figured that out yet. They're toying around at Indianapolis with restrictor plates and things like that because they want to get that same effect. For example, like the trucks have at Michigan or the Indy cars have at Indy. When they race in Indianapolis and IndyCar Series, you can really slingshot guys and draft matters. I feel like in Cup, it's just like one guy gets out front and it's race over. You know, it's funny. I don't think Truex cheated. And I'm not a Truex hater. I like Truex. I've been a Truex fan for a long time. I liked him back in the DEI days when he was coming up through the Busch Series and all that. And I've always pulled for Truex to do well. And now he's done really well. And I find myself rooting against him because I'm tired of him winning. Like, I want to see, like, Blaney and Chase Elliott and Kyle Larson win races. And Truex just kept winning everything last year. Just the mile-and-a-half tracks were, like, brutal because it was just Truex the whole fucking time. When I went to the 600, the second stage was like, oh my god, I'm like, really, this again? Truex is just going to run away with it? Yeah, I don't think they cheated, but they definitely had shit that other guys didn't have. It was legal, but I just think they got the competitive edge. They figured out something that the other manufacturers really haven't figured out yet. Atlanta this week will be the first real test. Atlanta in the next 3 weeks are going to tell you a lot. You know, don't let the Daytona 500 fool you. You know, I've been watching over 20 years. I'm sure everybody else that's been watching that long, or even less, knows that it's important to not get caught up in what happens at Daytona, because what happened at Daytona is only going to happen 3 times the rest of the year, because all these other races are nothing like it. So never get wrapped up in what happens at Daytona. Because I remember for a string of years, whoever won the Daytona 500 went on to have a shit year, it seemed like. Yeah, and it was weird, because that Daytona 500 in 2016, I felt like the Toyotas finally figured it out, and I thought, oh god, we're screwed. I was like, if they got it figured out here, now we got to deal with this every week. When Hamlin won, and it was like Truex and Kenseth and those guys running 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for like the last 70 laps of that race, and it was boring until the finish. Without that finish, the 2016 Daytona 500 would have been one of the most boring of all time, if the finish didn't end up the way it was. Trying to run some laps here, try pausing them. I don't want to be pausing every lap. But then again, nothing's going on anyway. We got back up to the front now. The only way something will happen now is if there's a caution. Then I'll be in trouble. I really do not want a caution. I'd rather just drive to the end and take this easy win and move on with my lap.
Easy. Clear low. Low.
I'm not opposed to having easy wins.
Clear.
The difficulty's on 100. And I'm driving this well. Like I said, I'm not the best at NASCAR games. I don't drive on max difficulty. At some tracks I can, but places like this I have to drive on like 100 out of 105. If I drove on 105, I wouldn't be in the top 10. Oh, Danica wrecked at Charlotte last October, and it was funny. She wrecked with David Reagan, I think, right in front of me. That's always fun. I was there in 2013 when she wrecked Keselowski for no goddamn reason. I'm a big Keselowski fan too. And she wrecked Keselowski in 2013 at the 600. I got so mad. I was super salty. Yes, I'm one of the few people that likes Brad Keselowski.
Hold your line. All clear.
Once again, the Keselowski fandom goes back to Junior Motorsports. I liked Brad from day one when he was coming up. It's hard to say I have any single favorite driver, because I have so many drivers now that I'm just really big on. I'm big fans of. If I'm going to list them all, like Keselowski, Bubba Wallace, Ryan Blaney, Kyle Larson, Chase Elliott. So many good drivers that I like. So I find myself pulling for like half the fucking field. Yeah, Keselowski has put his foot in his mouth a few times, but to Keselowski's credit, he speaks from the heart. Like, Keselowski, from his point of view, he's very honest. Keselowski's honest. Even if he's wrong, he truly believes everything he says. And he's not a dirty driver. Period. Keselowski and Kyle Larson kind of fall in the same category. Keselowski takes all the heat you know, other guys get pissed at him and talk about how he drives like an idiot. I'm like, well, Kyle Larson drives like a dumbass and nobody says anything to him. I love Kyle Larson. I like Larson for the same reasons I like Keselowski. They're very similar. Brad Keselowski and Kyle Larson are very similar. Just one guy takes a lot of heat.
Hold your money.
Larson just hasn't pissed off the right people yet. And that's a credit to Kyle Larson because, you know, he's been in Cup since 2014. And he hasn't pissed off anyone that bad. So he pissed off Truex a few times last year. Harvick won Texas last November. Last November at Texas. He did the impossible. He passed Martin Truex under green at Texas to win the race. I couldn't believe it. To me, that moment was a big power play. I was like, wow, the Fords have really found something because nobody had been able to really pass Truex under a long green flag run. Like, if it was a long green flag run last year, Truex was unstoppable. Harvick actually chased him down, passed him, and won the race. When Larson passed Truex at Michigan, it was on a restart. Harvick did it under a long run on a 1.5-mile track. And that let me know that the Fords are really starting to bounce back. And I'm curious to see what they do this year. All the Fords, even the Roush Fords, I'm really curious to see what they do. Because they were taking small steps forward. Of course, we know the restrictor plate tracks are one thing, and Stenhouse obviously had those covered. But it'd be really exciting if Roush could get back to normal and maybe get back to 3 cars. I'd like to see Roush back as a 3-car team, just not with Ryan Reed, because I know if they bring a 3rd car in, that's who's getting it. Fucking Captain Diabetes and his fucking mediocre driving ability would get the 16 car if they brought it back. So I don't want to see him racing Cup because he doesn't deserve it. He's not good. Ryan Reed sucks. Period. I don't care that he's got diabetes. It's the only reason he's got his ride. Anyway, we just won a pretty damn easy race. That was pretty easy. That was way too easy. It was just on a long run. If we got a caution late, you would have seen me struggle. You would have really seen me squirm if the caution came out when it was too late for me to pit and make it up. Boy, my Facebook notifications blew up in a hurry. Hold on, let me reading stuff. One of my buddies, or one of my fellow racing friends, Eric D'Alta, he's got a YouTube channel. He said, the do anything to win motto works at short tracks, not at a track that has had injuries to both drivers and fans within the last 5 years. They need to discourage that shit. I agree. You know, me and my dad will probably argue about this Tuesday when I go to work, because my dad was texting me telling me how Austin Dillon earned that every bit of the way. And I'm like, dude, you can't just hook somebody in the right rear quarter panel on a plate track. That's not cool. That's reckless. I don't like it, man. Not a fan of that at all, so. I don't know. There's a fine line with all that. Like, there's a time and a place for everything. Bumping and rubbing is fine, but I heard Kevin Harvick say this a couple years ago. If you hook somebody in the right rear and turn them head on into the wall, that's taking the gloves off. Like, that's a hockey fight thing. Like, you don't do that. If you hooked me in the wall with my right rear, we're fighting. Period. Almirola was very diplomatic. First thing I would have done was get out of the care center and go to Victory Lane. Of course, I would have to pretend that I only want to congratulate Austin Dillon, but I would have got to Victory Lane and popped him in the fucking mouth. And I would have hit him harder than Kyle Busch hit Joey Logano, because Kyle Busch punched like a girl when he hit Joey Logano, but that's another story. We could talk about this stuff all day. Well, we're leading the points. Not shocking, because we won both stages at Daytona and won the race by some miracle, and then we won here in pretty convincing fashion. So our season's off to a good start. Las Vegas is a tougher racetrack for me, so the next race we do will be a little bit more of a struggle, I think. But if we get a long green flag run, No problem. That's what I need. I'm a fan of long runs. I like Kevin Harvick. Remember that couple years that Harvick could not win a damn race? Because Harvick would get these great long run cars, and then a caution would come out late, and somebody like Jimmie Johnson would wind up winning. Because for some reason his car had no short run speed at all. That was a pretty fast lap I ran, though, for this game. Like, I'm not sure what they're going to be running this week at Atlanta for real, but I know in this game that's a fast lap. Good enough for a 102 speed rating, and I'm not very good at this game, to be honest with you. That was Atlanta. I almost hate to get off here. But yeah. Oh, yeah, before I go, we're going to go into the settings. I'm going to show you guys that I am turning the sound down even more, so next time you can hear me better. What do we got next? We got Vegas and then Phoenix. Phoenix is a new name this year. It's ISM Raceway or whatever the hell. So, just to do this on stream, Gordon going the wrong way at Martinsville. I can't remember that. It sounds familiar, but honestly can't remember it. Effects volume. That surely should do it, right? I mean, I guess I can turn it down a little lower. I'll turn the spotter voice down too, because the spotter's fucking loud as well. That's how low we have the effects down now. Save changes. But anyway, before I wrap up here, let me do the usual shit. Let me go to I'm going to post another link to my YouTube channel for anybody who just happens to be watching. Oh my god, What If Racing just posted his review. As soon as I'm done here, I'm going to go watch that. I'm curious to get everybody's reaction to today, because today's just one of those days where it's just a moral dilemma for race fans and drivers. Anybody who watches this stuff, you see the moral dilemma, but it's not so much of a moral dilemma because it just seemed like Austin Dillon didn't give two shits. It really seemed like he just didn't care. That's what bothered me the most. He didn't care. Because to his generation, it's totally acceptable. We saw it last year at Canadian Tire with Austin Cindric spinning Casgrala for the win, just because. And he basically just said after the race, it was just because I can. It's a generational thing. You know, I'm somewhere in the middle because I started watching NASCAR in the 90s. And I've watched all the way up to now. Who knows? Who fucking knows? But anyway. I'm going to go and upload this. And if I do another one, I might do another one tomorrow. I'm in such a good mood that I can keep doing these. Although I think I'm going to call it quits for now. And we will come back tomorrow and do another one. Sometime tomorrow evening around this time, honestly. Sometime between, like, I don't know, 4 and 8. I'll be back, so just keep an eye out for me. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, it'll tell you when I go live, I think. And today was insane. Honestly, Atlanta is going to be more mellow. I think we need a regular, run-of-the-mill Cup race. We don't need something shitty to happen 2 weeks in a row like happened today. And I hope that if this happens again, more people are outraged about it, because I feel like everybody's just brushing this off as just a racing incident. And to an extent it was, but you can't turn somebody head on into the wall at 190 miles an hour. It's not cool. Like Brad Keselowski said, it's not cool. No, Eric's cool. Eric already did interviews after the 500 today where he said he would have done the same thing. And I'm like, you probably wouldn't have done the exact same thing. But from his point of view, he just thinks he blocked and got wrecked blocking. But it looked like a combination of that and Austin Dillon just not caring. So Almirola's cool. He ain't going to do anything. They'll move on. But we're going to hear about it all week, and they'll hear about it all week, let me tell you. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. And hopefully I'll see you tomorrow when we do another race. Just doing these shorter races makes this a hell of a lot more doable. Thank you. See you around.